Hey everybody, welcome to Kitchen Talk with Granna. I'm so glad you guys can come up in the kitchen with me today. I hope everybody's having a great day today. We're going to have a conversation today, but before we get started with that conversation, you guys know what the routine is, okay? Go ahead, right down there at the bottom of your screen, right down there. I need you to go ahead and take care of that thumbs up button. I need you to go ahead and share my video with all your family and friends. And at the end of this conversation, you can come back and give me any comments that you would like to give me, okay? And also, if this is your first time viewing my video and you have not become a follower of Granna, then I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become one of Granna's followers, okay? All right, before we jump into this conversation today, I would like to say that all the conversation that I bring to you guys, everything that we talk about, that we talk about on a weekly basis, these are Granna's opinion. And most of the things that I talk about, I try to research them as best as possible. And I look at if there's videos out there, I watch the videos on the conversations before I bring it to you guys. So these are my opinions, and I'm here for any comment. I'm open to any comment that you may have about my videos, but I'm not here to debate the conversation. I'm not a debater, so I'm not gonna go back and forth with anyone because everyone has their own opinion on any topic that I talk about, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people having their own opinion, okay? So let's get ready and jump into this conversation today. This conversation is going to be about Amy Cooper and Kristin Cooper. And these people are not related. These two people are not related to each other. And I know everyone know who I'm talking about because it is on national news. It's also out there for everybody to see. There are several videos out there, or there is a video out there concerning this conversation for everyone to see also, okay? So Amy Cooper was in the parks. This is in Central Park, walking her dog. And Kristin Cooper was in the same park in the area bird watching. Apparently there is a part of this park where you can go and watch rare birds. And if you're in this part of the park, with a dog, there are signs posted everywhere that dogs are supposed to be on a leash, okay? So Amy did not have her dog on the leash. This incident basically took place. I'm not gonna go detail for detail, you know. This incident took place because she did not have the dog on the leash, and Kristin Cooper was there bird watching, okay? So they got into a little incident where he asked her to put her dog on a leash, and apparently she refused to put the dog on a leash. And from my understanding, you know, when the bird watchers are out looking at the birds, they're all behind the different bushes and everything and trying to get a view of these rare birds. And I guess the dogs is just not supposed to be freely running around with these in this area. Okay, so Amy was asked to put her dog on the leash by Kristin, and I guess she refused to put the dog on the leash. So the incident escalated from there, okay? So Kristin Cooper begins to record the whole incident as him asking her to put the dog on the leash. And I guess this just offended her so badly, or she did not want to put this dog on a leash, that she refused. You can see on the video, she's walking up to him, asking him to not record her. But then you got to understand, this is a black man and a white woman. They're having a dispute, and you don't know which way this dispute is going to go. And to protect yourself in a lot of these types of incidents, you need to have some type of proof, something to show, you know, to show that you was not doing anything threatening, okay? But Amy Cooper insists that Kristin was threatening her and her dog, and, you know, she was asking him not to record, okay? First of all, you should have just put the dog on the leash. If that is a policy in this part of the park, why would it not make more sense to avoid any type of conflict, regardless of who the person was watching the bird? If you would have just put the dog on the leash, none of this would have taken place, okay? And then second of all, you're saying that this man is threatening you and your dog. Why are you approaching him? Okay, you are approaching him, asking him not to record the situation, but then you turn around and you tell him that you're about to call the police on him and tell them there's an African-American male in the park threatening you and your dog. And you are just so afraid that, you know, it's just crazy. You know, so she proceeds to make the call to the 911 dispatcher. As she's making this call, Tristan is still recording everything. And on this call, you can clearly hear Amy saying to the 911 dispatcher. And as she's talking to the dispatcher, she's getting more and more hysterical. And the pitch of her voice is getting higher and higher, like this man was actually attacking her. But she's telling this dispatcher, there's an African-American man, he's threatening me and my dog. Hurry, hurry, get someone here as soon as possible. And she just hysterical. I mean, she's just hysterical, like someone is actually beating the crap out of her or attacking her, okay? So I don't get that, because I'm watching this video and I'm like, where is the threat? And if you want to talk about threat, you the one, Amy Cooper, has this dog now on the leash, and she's about to choke this dog to death. The way she's slinging him all around while she's making these phone calls and got this high pitch in her voice saying this African man is threatening her, but you about to choke this dog to death. You're so concerned about yourself and this dog. But on the other hand, you about to choke the poor dog to death. I don't get it. I don't get it. But she knows, as a white woman calling in to the police and saying that there's an African-American man threatening her, that's going to intensify them of getting there. And she knows there's going to be a different type of reaction by her just saying that it's an African-American man. Just those 3 words she put in that call to dispatcher could and would take this whole incident to a whole different level. She knows that. She knows that. She knew she was wrong from the start, because there are signs there saying her dog should be on a leash. So she knew she was wrong from the start, but to make herself become the victim of this situation and not take responsibility for her actions by not putting the dog on the leash, she became the victim and told this man she was going to call the police, because she knew that would take her out of being the victim of her wrong actions. Okay, we as Americans and as people need to be held accountable for our actions. This woman's action was clearly all because she did not want to be held responsible for not doing what the law have in place. The law in that area of that park is that you have your dogs on a leash. She was not willing to do that, not willing to be responsible for her actions, and she just wanted to do what she wanted to do. Okay, so she knew that her calling the police and being hysterical on the phone and high-pitched voice and, oh my God, this man is about to, you know, she acted like this man was actually attacking her, that would intensify the response to the police on the situation and have them already responding in a different set of mind. because they have a call from a white woman saying that there's an African-American man in the park threatening her and her dog, and you could hear the hystericalness in her voice. So that there alone was going to change that whole situation, and it definitely could have went a whole different way. Okay, it's just crazy. It's so crazy that she would even do that. This is a educated woman, and this is a very educated man. Also, this man is educated as this woman is educated. This woman works for a 500 Fortune company. This man has a very good career and all this and that. None of that really matters, but I'm just saying this is an educated woman, and she knew what type of response she was going to get from her actions. She knew that, all because she did not want to take responsibility for her actions. Okay, so let's call the police and tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life. And once I get them on the phone, I'm going to intensify it. I'm going to really get hysterical, and I'm going to take it to the next level. That's exactly what she did. That's exactly what she did. It was wrong. It was wrong, and there's no doubt about it. Okay, but it all backfired on her. Now this woman has lost her job from this finance company, Franklin Templeton, I think it is. You know, they saw the video. The video was put all over the place. And she had to turn this dog in that she's supposedly loved so much, but you're about to hang the dog. You're about to choke the dog to death. So, you know, people are on social media saying, well, she shouldn't have lost her job. He calls her job. He didn't cause her anything. He videoed the incident, but he did not cause her to lose her job. Her actions caused her to lose her job, because your action held you accountable. That's why you lost your job. You know, it didn't have anything to do with Kristin Cooper. Yes, he did the recording, but he did not call that company and say, what's your policy? How can I get her fired? Her company made the decision to fire her from her job. Now, she'll go and get her lawyer and all this and that to try to get her job back, but she should be held accountable for her action, because she gave a false police report from the start. She falsified a report. She put this man's life in danger, because this could have been a whole different situation when the police showed up. You know, it could have been totally different. So she knew what she was doing. She's too educated not to know what she was doing. You know, so he did not cause her to lose her job. Her actions caused her to lose her job. And that's something she got to deal with the company that she worked it for. This woman made over $500,000 a year, and she should have been well aware of what their policies is or not and stuff. And she should have just basically simply followed the rules in the park. She should have just followed what the policy said in the park. You had the park, you're in an area that your dog cannot be off the leash, put the dog on the leash. That's it. Simple as that. That would have been the end of that incident right there. End of it. And I heard somewhere where she was saying that this man was crawling around behind the bushes and he had some type of instrument in his hand. They said that's what the bird watchers do. I don't know. I'm not a bird watcher. I don't know. But even with that, with him being a black man crawling around behind bushes, trying to watch these rare birds, that already put him at a disadvantage, because they think he up to no good. They think he's sneaking around trying to do no good instead of watching birds. They're not going to see him as a bird watcher. They see him as a black man hiding behind a bush with whatever type of instrument he had in his hand to do this type of activity. That's a disadvantage to him right there from the start. That was a disadvantage to him right there, you know. But it's sad. It's a sad situation. It's sad when people know they can call the police on African American for anything to justify their action, knowing that that action is going to get a negative response from the police, and they can go to the left when it comes to that African American person, male, female, or whatever. When it's anytime police are called on African American, it's a whole different situation anyway. Okay, so she was wrong for that, and she should be held accountable. And she lost her job. That's something she got to deal with. That ain't nothing that Kristin Cooper has to deal with. She brought that on herself because of her actions. Okay? All right. That's all I'm going to say about this situation. You can go back. You can watch the video. You can make your own opinion on it. You can leave me a comment on it, but I will not be debating about it. That is not me. I'm not a debater. I'm just giving my opinion, okay? So guys, you have a great day today. As you go about your day, make sure you give a smile to everybody. Make sure you spread the love. Make sure you're still wearing your mask and just being safe. Just make sure you're being safe and practicing all the COVID-19 things that you need to be following and things that you need to be doing, okay? You guys have a great day. I'll see you next time around.